This is so great what my goddaughter, Michelle, is doing, and help me help you. And if you can't help somebody, then you can't be helped. Because you reap what you sow. And so, sowing good deeds is always what's needed. But what Jesus wanted was for people to follow him as he followed Christ. And he wanted people to help people. And she's doing the same thing that he did, is help people. So that's all she wants, is people to follow her as she followed Christ and help people. So help her help people. I'm gonna go on and just continue to say. And get you some shirts today. Get y'all some shirts. Y'all see those shirts on the table? Make sure y'all purchase some shirts. Whatever purchase y'all, they hanging up back there. See those shirts? Make sure y'all purchase y'all shirts today as y'all leave, and get y'all, help her make this foundation a worldwide foundation. It does not just need to be in Virginia. It needs to be worldwide. Worldwide, worldwide, all over the world, okay? Let praises rise from the inside, from the inside of me. May you delight first, God will pour everything else. Once we help God help us in our life, everything else will fall into line. You are Alpha and Omega. We worship you, our Lord. You are worthy to be praised. You are Alpha and
just don't make any sense at all. But I know God has blessed that young lady. Let's give it up again for Dawn Shepherd Johnson. You can hear the anointing all in that voice. All right, we're moving on. Tracy, you want to come on up and introduce the speaker?
Thank you. Did y'all have a good time so far? Did I tell you that you will be challenged and inspired? But I'm humbled to stand here to introduce our speaker because she was my best friend before she was my pastor. She's been my friend for 32 years. She is the Reverend Dr. Marquita Carmichael Crothers. She was installed as the 20th pastor of the Antioch Baptist Church in Susan, Virginia. We started small as the Via Ministries. She is the first woman and the first woman of color to be called to pastor in that area. So she has hit the history books in Susan, Virginia. She is currently the assistant university pastor and assistant director for religious life at Virginia Union University. She is the author of A Drop of Oil, published by Black Woman Press. She is a contributor to Ellen Pearson Mitchell's Those Preaching Women, published by Judson Press. Additionally, her submissions to Dr. Katie G. Cannon's Woman Feminist Muesta Ethnic Seminar. She is involved with the Proctor Conference. She is a mentor for Girls of Change. She is someone that I love. I'd always just say Google her. I don't even have to read all of this. So without further ado, I introduce to you the Reverend Dr. Marquita Carmichael Crothers.
And so, beloved, there is a word from the Lord. And if you have just a few moments, I promise I won't keep you long. The 139th Psalm, somewhere around the 14th stanza, says something like this. It says something like this. I praise you, O God, because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are the works of your hands. And sometimes, beloved, we stop right there. But the rest of the song clearly says, and that my soul knows right well. So let me put a pin here and say to Sister Michelle and to our dear Reverend Mother, thank you. Thank you. And to my sister, come on somebody, thank you. And to the Sankofa Sisterhood, God bless you. And to everyone who is gathered here, I am only going to be, Micah, is he still here? Put me on the clock, I'm gonna give you 7 minutes. Listen, beloved, here is the word of the Lord. And if you want to tag or title our conversation for today, just for a little bit, call it What I Wish You Knew. What I wish you knew. Beloved, I wish you knew that you were fearfully and wonderfully and awesomely made. I wish, beloved, that you knew this before you went away. Because if you knew before you went away, we would not have lost you for any amount of time. But let me do say this to you, we've missed you. We need you, and we have always needed you. You are fearfully and you are wonderfully, magnificently made by the hand of God. There are times, beloved, in our lives when we get tossed and turned by different winds of doctrine. We get caught up in hearing and feeling like we are beneath and not above. We get tossed around and start thinking that we have no history, no people, no place, and no one that needs or loves or expects anything from us. Even parents that are incarcerated are still parents and can parent from right where you are. I am saddened, if I can say that, right now. Because as I look out, I don't see the clergy. As I look out, I don't see the pastors of some of what are considered the leading churches in the area. As I look out, I'm not seeing those persons who are supposed to be the ambassadors welcoming you back home. I'm saddened because I'm understanding. I was talking to Sister Erica in the back. Hey, sis. And I asked her, sis, why do you do this work? She said that because of her background, she was always trying to coordinate you to get yourself together. Because if you've been gone for a little while, if you've been gone 2 days, some things have shifted in you. You have undergone some survival techniques while you've been away that you had not had to employ before. Am I right? I know I'm right. You've had to do some things and negotiate some ways that you never had to do before you went away. Am I right? I'm saddened that you have come home and found that our cupboards are not bare, but they're just locked. I'm saddened that you have found that you have paid what society says is your debt, and now you owe some more. I am saddened that all of the officials, the political folks that were here who could make a change, have all gone. I'm saddened today because when Brother Lee came up and said about his housing situation and that it just took one person to talk to one person and one person look at what the policy is, but then put down the policy and looked at the person and made a call and a decision, that means that if that person can do it, somebody else can do it too. I'm saddened that our folks who are in public housing and even in private real estate that have houses that people could rent, that you don't really need $1,000 or $1,500 or $2,000 or $3,000 a month. That you just do it on the side, that you wouldn't do it on the side of somebody that needs it the most. I'm saddened today. I'm saddened, but I am also encouraged in my sadness. I'm encouraged because there is a message for all of our family members who are yet still away. They need to know that we are expecting you to come home. And when you're at home, you know there's some responsibility that's laid upon you. When you come home, we do need your expertise. We need your help. And while you need us to help provide a safe place, a nurturing environment, and resources, we also need you to reinvest back into the community. We need you to sow some seeds into the lives of the babies and tell them where they do not want to go. It's an old story, but still a true story, that the test scores of third graders are what determines the number of prisons that get put up. Somebody, anybody that has any friend at all that is invested in privatized prisons, tell your friend, sir or ma'am, to divest. Because their business is dependent upon our babies, our children, being their guests. We should be working our way out of needing prison confinement. But as long as somebody is getting paid on the backs of our labor, okay, stop. How many of you all know that there are companies now that are having inmates as telephone operators? And outside, you get paid at least $10 or something like that an hour, but inside is 2 cents. 2 cents an hour, 2 cents. And you want to talk about the new Jim Crow? We can do that another day, but it's slavery by any other name. And the enslaved look about the same. What we need to do, family, and that's everybody that considers themselves a part of this family, we need to not only advocate for our loved ones who are incarcerated and those who are navigating their way back home. We don't just need to add our voices to that, but we need to add our resources to those who are doing the work. Everybody can't go to visitation day. Everybody doesn't have the time to volunteer. Everybody can't do everything. Am I right? But can you do what you can? Would you do what you can? If can come in and rent even though you don't have any money today. We can work something out. Am I in here all by myself? Let me just tell you this quick personal story because I've got some folks in my family that I just love, love, love. And they've been away for a little while. And then one of them, when they came home, decided that instead of going back to Portland, Oregon, where they had come from and they had been incarcerated in a federal facility here, they said, let me go back to my family that's in Northern Virginia. Let me go home to my people. And when he got home, he found a room with a bed and linen and air conditioning. When he came home, he found food in the refrigerator that you don't have to ask, can I have? He found water and tea and beverages to soothe his tired throat without having to say, can I? Do you mind if I? Because you are family. Sister Michelle, you should not be asking people for these resources. They should be just given because there's a need. But I want to pause long enough to thank God for you. Because others have started similar programs. Others have started similar activities with grant funding that ends up so director level heavy that the resources stop at that level. But I thank God that God can trust you. Amen. That God can trust you with not only the hearts, the minds, and the souls of those who are navigating, making their way back home. Amen. This is not a game. This is not for show. This is real talk. Am I right? How am I doing on my time? I'm all right. And so then, let me just tell you about a couple quick people. There was a church that was praying because two of their members were incarcerated, and they were praying all night, and the Bible says that they were praying all night for their release. And then a young girl answered a knock at the door, and when she opened the door, she saw the two that they'd been praying for all night standing right there. She was so excited that she didn't even open the door. She just ran back into the church and said to them, "They're here! They're home!" And the people that had been praying for their release said, "Girl, you lied." So if you're going to pray, I need you to pray in faith, believing that God will do what you ask God to do. If you ask God to release, God will release. And if you ask God to restore, God will restore. But now there's something for you to do too. Don't let God restore and release our loved ones back home and we not provide for them. Because if we do that, what we're actually doing is helping them return through recidivism. As people of faith and those of us who are of the Christian faith and even in the Hebrew faith, we follow people who've been incarcerated. We follow people who've been away. Paul, Silas. We follow people who have a record. Amen, somebody? We tend to follow them. Moses, who takes a person's life and then is on the road. We follow people like this. So what I wish you knew was how fearfully and how wonderfully made you are. I wish you knew it and made it so that your soul knows it right well. Because once your soul knows it, nobody can tell you differently. So even while you are away, you know I'm fearfully and I'm wonderfully made, then you know what you deserve. And you know then that there are advocates who will help you get your rights restored. But what I want to even push just a little further is not only getting your rights restored to vote and to own handguns and all those other things, but I want your record expunged. I want it to look beloved, the one thing that I wish in helping me help you as a part of this foundation, I want you to know, and I wish you would know, that you are fearfully, wonderfully, awesomely, fantastically, incredibly created by the hands of the Almighty. Specifically, you. Intentionally, you. No accident, you on purpose. And God has given you something to do at home. I encourage you to put your hands to the plow. I encourage you to put your hands to good works. I encourage those of us who are in positions who know anything, know anybody, that we would offer our support, lend our names, lend whatever we need to the cause. Because it's for this reason that we have been created. Amen? So now I'm going to ask one thing. If I were to ask you right now, if anything said or anything done or anything shared today would move you to give $1 to the cause, 4 quarters, $1 to the cause, would you consider doing that today? Would you consider doing it? Just $1, one. You do it? Would you tell us to giveify and give us the information so they can go on right now? The seed in the ground, if you want to sow your seed, put your seed in the ground. Would you do it? Would you do it? Brother Scott, you have walking over there, I think. Beloved, this is not going to be a hard sell. I'm just asking, would you do it? And the fact that when I said, would you do it, I didn't even ask for it. You started taking it out and bringing it forward. If you would do it, if you would. If you would. If you have loved ones who are still away from home,